Welcome to this look at, potentially, another map I missed, with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I am on the Abandoned Marshes. This is by G80, 222.9 megabytes download. This is part of the Maps I Missed series with MrSealyp. Now, this had an update recently, and I looked at it and I thought, I don't remember seeing it. I read through the update. It doesn't say console release, so potentially I did miss this originally when it came out. I'm not convinced. I think it could be new, but anyway, regardless, it's on the Maps I Missed series. Now this map does come with a warning. I'm going to jump to that warning now because it's quite important as to whether or not you decide to download the map, because when I talked about this on a mod review the other day when it came out, or when it was updated, I said the map is out, the Abandoned Marshes, with 28 required mods. Now immediately, for a lot of people that are, oh, I'm not doing it, I'm not downloading the map with that many required mods, and people will step away. But I'm going to cut to a clip now explaining a couple of things regarding that and the warning that comes with it. Okay, so this is the situation when you come to install the map. You click on the map to download it. It will say it's going to download the additional things that are required. In the required mods section on the website, it's still showing 28 mods required. But in the description, the changelog, because this had an update, like I say, I didn't do the original map tour. I'm still not convinced part of this update isn't console release. So I don't remember this one coming out at all. But anyway, I might well have missed it. And it says in the changelog, change the placeable farm buildings to remove a large part of the mods required. So I looked at that and thought, okay, 28 required mods. If they've removed a large part of that, that's still a huge amount of mods to download. So if I click on the map now, what I always do when I'm doing my map tours, I will deselect everything. And then when you click start, it will ask you what mods you need. It's much easier if you've got a map that's got required mods to do that, and then it will highlight the ones you need, and if they're not downloaded automatically, it will send you off to download them, rather than going through whatever mods you've got installed trying to find the ones. It's easier to deselect everything, then go through and select the things you want for the map or for a map tour. Now here's where it gets weird. There are things like this, the additional decoration package. If we come down to, let's go down to here, we've got cow barn, cow farm pack, the corner shed we do need, we've got chicken coop large, there's a whole load. So if I now press start, it will say the Abandoned Marshes requires. Now normally it will list every mod that's required. Okay, that's showing 7 required mods, not 28. So when it says in the description that removed a large part of the mods required, I think it's come down from 28 to 7, which is brilliant. That's absolutely fantastic. Don't get me wrong, that's awesome. The warning is that it still downloads 28. So when you download the map to install it, it downloads 28 mods, of which you only now need 7. So that means then you've got to go through your mod hub, especially if you don't want them, or you're getting close to your limit of storage and that kind of thing, to remove the 21 mods you don't need. Now what I've done, all the mods, the required mods, the 28, are in the description for the video. In bold, I have put the ones that are required, the 7 that are required. The rest you can remove. So that's the warning. Just be warned, if you do download this map, it will download all 28, but it only requires 7. So what I will do now, I'll go back into the map and I shall carry on. So there you go, not so bad. Now, like I say, I didn't do a map tour, didn't come on this originally. So with the 28 required mods, I can only imagine what this map was like. I'm surprised so many were removed. I'm not going to lie, it's a lot to have been removed. Now, there are contracts are available on this map. There are no custom crops. There are the required mods, but there was nothing, if I recall, there was nothing in build mode. I did the prep for this a couple of days ago. Yeah, other than the required mods, there was nothing put in by the map maker in build mode, nothing under vehicles, nothing like that. We are at the main farm. If we go to the map, this is what the map looks like. The Abandoned Marshes section is up here. And there's another warning that comes with this now, actually, after the first warning. On New Farmer, we start with these plots here that are all in blue, as you can see. The main farm is just here, and then the marshes, abandoned marshes section is here, which needs sorting out. That's the point behind it. This is the river here, which obviously floods. This is a floodplain, and then it sweeps up away up the hill over the top to the more sort of fertile land. And we've got, as you can see there, we've got grapevines and stuff all around here with the grape processing unit. On New Farmer, we do start with productions. We have got some greenhouses, which you'll see here. We've got the grape processing unit we start with up the top of the hill. Field prices generally are what you would expect for the size of the field. However, again, like I say, that comes with a warning. That's up there. 1,500,000 for that bit of forestry. It's a lot. But this is where it gets weirder. That section, plot 4, which is the abandoned marshes, is not split up into smaller sections. That there, 419,751, which seems incredibly low. But I suppose you've got to do all the work. You're doing them a favour by clearing it, and then that becomes your land, which is brilliant. But then the flip side is, up here, we've got plot 5. Now, plot 5 has got a farm on it. It's a really big, like, stately home type farm. And all of this comes with it, and that's 5,798,610. It's all over the gaff. And that comes with some extra bits out and about. So those are the warnings. I mean, it's a lot. But the interesting thing with that is you can still access all of these, and if you want to remove them, you can remove them whilst not owning the land, because I did that to check on slot count and things like that. So as far as the main farm goes, this is where we start, and this is what we start with. Slot count on all 3 game modes, New Farmer, Farm Manager, Start from Scratch, is 1,372. You start with all the buildings, all the equipment and machinery that you can see. So I came in, I removed the equipment and machinery and removed the buildings. Now all the buildings I could remove, bar 2. This one I couldn't remove this, but the buildings out around the back, you'll see in a moment, I removed all of those. And up at that main farm, the big farm we'll get up to later on, I removed all of them bar 1 building and obviously the big stately home. And I got the slot count down to 1,057. Should you wish to do that. That, of course, is entirely up to you. The interesting as well is that you can remove fences from pretty much anywhere, even if you don't own the land as well. I'll show you a bit of that later on. So it says there are 30 collectibles. I haven't come across one yet. I haven't really been looking for them. I'm just doing the map tour. If I was playing on the map, I might go hunting for them. So let's have a look at what we start with then. And it's a fair bit of equipment actually. So we've got our little tank there. Fertilizer spreader. We come inside, we've got an electric charge point inside the barn. We've got the Zator and the Massey. We've got a seeder just there. Plough. I think we do have shed lights here, don't we? Do we? Maybe not. We've got a grape trailer. We've got a subsoiler over there. So this is all your grapevine stuff. Your pruner and your mulcher is all tucked away in here. If we come round into this bit of the building, we've got a fuel point just here. Little office round the back. We've then got the Schaefer front loader with some front loader gear. We've got a Tedder. Again, sort of grapevine piece of equipment, our little Landini tucked in there. Cultivator there. We've got the trailer for moving stuff around. Sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger is just here. Now this was curious. There are some clunky bits on here. If we open up the garage, I thought there might be a pickup in there, but there's not. Our wardrobe trigger is just in there with that lovely grass carpet. I do like that AstroTurf, it's very nice. Bit of extra grip. If we come around the back here, you will see weeder, trailer. We do have a dog. Dog's just there. We have got a spot here for honey pallets to spawn, because we do have a beehive as well. And I say all of those I was able to remove. We've got the chicken coop just over here for 30 chickens with the river just behind. You can see some discs and icons over there. We have got access to that even though we don't own the farm yet. That's part of the abandoned marshes. We'll go over there and have a look because it's kind of interesting what you've got to clear. And then we've got 4 large greenhouses, standard greenhouses across here that we start with as well. And then our beehive, well I suppose it's a Langstroth 33 hive just there. So that's the main farm. Now like I say, all of this I got rid of. That that, the dog kennel, I know it was pretty harsh, and all the vehicles and machinery. What's the dog called? Meadow. And yeah, slot count down to 1057. So what we're going to do is we're going to whiz around and have a look and see everything. Now, pretty much everything on the map, I think apart from Grape processing, I'm just trying to remember, are all sell points. So even if it says grain mill, and if you look here, that's the icon, the little conveyor belt with boxes on it for a production, and then these icons are just sell point icons. So pretty much everything else around the map is a sell point, not a production. That's just something to be aware of. But there's plenty of space, plenty of land for putting productions in if you want to. So let's grab the little Massey. We'll have a bit of a hoon round. Go over the bridge to the abandoned marshes themselves. I would say I do like the sort of layout. It's really nicely done, because it was that thing of, because my brain hadn't switched on when I was doing my prep, and I turned in here and thought, well, hang on a minute, this has had an update, and then, but that's the whole point of it. It's abandoned. You've got to come in and clear it all. So all of this, there is a farm here, there is a yard here that you can buy, but you've got to clear it. It's abandoned. That's the point. Then round the back here we do have cow pasture for 15 cows. And if we hop the fence, actually I can probably show you on here because we don't own this land. Watch it not work now. There you go. So even though I don't own the land, I can remove fences. Let's see if we can do it. Where was some others? There was some other fencing elsewhere that I thought I'd show you as an example. I don't know about walls and stuff. Let's have a look. Yeah. So if there are fences and walls and bits and bobs that you're not happy with, the wall won't go. Will the hedge go? You can remove them. It's you know, you have that ability. We have the technology. So our marshy area, and again trees all over the open ground, even the farm fields over here. We get past this little river bit which goes out into the marsh, a bit boggy with a little concrete bridge over here. So the fields out here also need clearing. Now if you don't want to do that, that's fine. There's plenty of fields, plenty of land to the south that you haven't got to touch. But that's kind of the point of this. Right, that's that section. Now what part of what we do own is just in the town. Say town, village. This is a little village and then the town's further along. Back over the bridge. Come through this gateway just here. So we do start with this as well. If we go back to the map, you'll see that we're now here. So this is part of all this land here that we do own. So we've got our sheep here. These are standard pens. So is that standard? Hang on a minute. Oh yeah, I was thinking of the 65 thing. Sure, that's supposed to be 65, but it's the small one, isn't it? Not the large one. So 25 sheep, and then we've got our grasswork equipment here. So we have the tedder through there. We've got a windrower, front mower, and baler just here. So for grasswork, and there's plenty of grasswork. As you can see, we own all that entire strip that runs off up there. So if you want to be doing baling, grasswork, hay, silage, there's plenty to be getting on with. From here, this, like I say, there's a couple of bits that I thought were just a little bit clunky, and I don't know. I know it's been really picky. If it was me, I'd have either moved the hedge over to match that, or ended the fence there. But obviously, if you're placing out fences in the usual manner of placing fences, you can even, well, I suppose you can do a shorter section maybe to there. But like I said, you can remove these. If you look at that and think, oh, I'm not a big fan of that, you can probably just remove that, remove the gate section if you wanted to, put a double gate in, or put a little bit of hedge here. Well, you can. It's just fiddling around. It's little bits, isn't it? You know, it's things like that. You can go around a map, and there might be bits all over the place. You know, most maps get an update at some point because there'll be trees that are floating. There might be gate posts that don't quite connect. You know, it's one of those things. You know, when you're making a map, I surmise, when you put a massive map in and you're putting loads of stuff down, things get missed, and obviously you can't check over the entire map and find, if you've placed 4,000 trees, to find that one tree that's floating. 9 times out of 10 on a map tour you might not ever see them. It's only when people start playing on a map that you find these little things. But it's if it's glaringly obvious, if while you're doing the map tour or you're going around you see it, it kind of stands out. Right, what I'm going to do now is turn up here. The road sweeps around. Actually, this probably won't save us much time at all because it's quite steep here and this will probably slow us right down. I'll show you on the map where we are. See, while we change gear and crawl up. So we've come from the town and we're now here. The road sweeps around and comes back up. We're just cutting across that bit there, which we probably shouldn't be. Little derelicts. I think derelicts, kind of castle, monastery type building just here. Very cool. And then we swing around. Now most of this southern part of the map, which is the higher elevation over the top of the hills, a lot of it is hedged in, a lot of it is fenced in. I don't think were there collisions. I better double check that. There are well, kind of. It's that low collision on these hedges, right down the bottom. I mean, it's still technically a collision. And if we turn in here, we've got the sawmill. Just here. Standard. Back out onto the road. I do like the little villages dotted around. There's a brilliant game. I know you've got Call of Duty and all the, all the ones that people are aware of, Medal of Honor and that kind of thing. There was a brilliant game called Band of Brothers before. Was it before? No, I mean it's probably since. I'm trying to think now. But it was a computer game, basically Band of Brothers, and it was kind of a squad-based thing where you controlled the squad, and you could move machine gun teams, and you could move, so you could do cover and flanking manoeuvres, and it was phenomenal. Bizarrely. I don't know, it is bizarrely. This map reminds me of that. A lot of that was on Holland and stuff like that, but that kind of the little French villages and stuff, I don't, it has that feel to it. I don't know why. That just kind of popped into my head as I was driving through there. Come to this crossroads, we're going to turn left and we're going to head east. So we're heading south at the moment. Might just put some money in. So coming up, again, these are sell points. We've got the farm silo, which whilst it is a silo, it's not a silo for storage, it is a sell point. You can just see the disc there. Farm silo. Then we've got sugar beet cell. Loads of open countryside as well. So there's your farm silo sell point. Sugar beet just there. We come round the back and we've got the mini biogas plant. I'm going to put some money in because I can't remember how much this was. I think this might be the one that I used on Evergreen Valley recently. Maybe not. How much is it? Oh no, I've got enough. 55,000. So this one will do silage, slurry, manure, sugar beet cut, sugar beet, potatoes and straw. And outgoing, we've got electric charge, methane and digestate. It's already got some manure in it, so you're kind of good to go. So rather than just digestate out, we've got some extras coming out, which you can sell, distribute, whatever you want to do, depending on productions and things like that. Now, what I wanted to double check on here. So we came from the farm, did that up across there, around there past the sawmill, down through this little village here to the crossroads, out to here. Oh no, we can't. I was wondering if we could purchase that. Although we have got this strip at the back here that we start with, which is interesting. Where I'm standing, it looks like on the map there used to be a building or something here, but we own this, so as far as putting productions down, you could place something down here. I suppose the thing to do now would be, let's check that. Let's just pick a production, doesn't matter what it is. Have I got enough money? Oh no, 45 grand, I haven't, have I? Maybe a shed I could put down. He says, probably haven't even got enough one of those, have I? What about that? There you go. So I have got the ability on this bit here to place stuff, but obviously land's not owned. I can't buy the rest of it. But this sliver here, so if you want to put a production or something in here, silage clamp or something, if you want to for the biogas plant, maybe that's what was there. So yeah, it's curious about the required mod situation. Like I say, to go from 28 down to 7 is a massive decrease. And it may well be that people had said, look, it's just too many required mods, which is fine. But then you can't help wondering, is that too many? Have too many been removed? That the map now, I suppose it gives you more scope to play it how you want to and put stuff on you want to. I don't know. I mean, that comes down to a personal preference of what you like from a map, I guess. So as you can see, we've got this whole walled-in section. We're going to this big stately home farm. We've had various different productions that have had them on OlaHaldor and stuff like that. Was it the spinnery? It's got that big building, and it has that feel to it. It's like a farm estate rather than just a farm, you know. So if we turn in here, so to the right, a little pond. We've got a fuel point. Barn storage. We've got a Farmer 400 silo just there, standard crop type, standard silo. We've got liquid fertilizer and fertilizer storage tanks just there, 173,500. These are standard in-game ones, and 60,000 litres of solid fertilizer. We've got more sort of hay storage shed, bale storage shed. It's not a bale one as in bale and pallet storage, but you can put stuff under there. 2 silage clamps just there. If we come around the back here, we've got pigs at 270. Now what is curious is this building next to it. Now when I said about the other farm, you can remove all of the animal pens and stuff here, and the sheds, silage clamps, all that kind of stuff. I couldn't remove this building. Now this building, as far as I can see, doesn't serve a purpose other than just be a building here. I thought it might be one of the really large chicken pens, but it's not one of the required mods. And obviously there's the stately home itself, manor house, haven't referred to that, can't be removed, but everything else can, including fences. If I show you again, if we go to here, like I say, we don't own this land. This is the bit that's 5 million something, but we can remove them. And if I want to remove the pen, like I say, it's not my land. I've just demolished the stately home's pig pen because I can. Next up, we've got cow barn for 80 cows with feed robot just there. And then we've got horses, 8 horses. We don't have 8 horses, just there. So that's the big stately home farm. But if you want to place more stuff on it, I mean, you can demolish stuff, but I would imagine, I guess that's something else to check, isn't it? Let's see. Let's just pick a shed, doesn't matter what it is. I haven't got enough money, have I? Yeah, land is not owned by you. So whilst I can demolish anything on there, I can't place anything until I own the land. So maybe that's something to aim for. Small farmer, maybe you win the lottery, buy a big stately home, or that's something you want to aim for in the future. Build up enough money to buy a stately home. On the corner, just here, we've got the animal dealer. There's no sell point this one, just an animal dealer, just there. And then we whiz out to another sort of big stately home. I love this, that big walled garden thing, you know. Can you imagine it being a kind of old medieval priory, or, you know, something. Not quite a castle, but, you know. So, when we turn in here, this is where our grape processing unit is that we start with on New Farmer. So we have the greenhouses, and the grape processing unit is already ours. and this overlooks all the grapevines. Fuel tank just over there. Again, we don't own this land. If we go back to our map, it's up into there to the stately home, animal dealer, and we're now here. So this plot of land, which takes in this and this, which is not, you know, it's not all of them. We've got a bit of forestry there as well. That's up there as well, isn't it? 2 million, 9, I mean, as close to 3 million as you're going to get. I suppose because you're getting a big stately home and stuff like that, I assume that's what it is. So our grape processing, the beauty with this one is we've got raisins and grape juice. Our byproduct, we get pig food out of this as well. So we don't just get raisins and grape juice, but we do get pig food too. We've got a large storage space just here, and if I just cut out and across past the vines, there's a lovely view down over all the grapevines on the hillside. Takes in all that lovely sunshine, and you can see all the marshy river area down to the bottom, or to the north, but down the bottom of the valley, just down there. If we just cut across, I'm sure they won't mind me cutting across their lawn in a tractor. I mean, you know, we're going to head down into the town. Okay, let's turn just here. I don't think there's any other pastures. I did have a kind of look around on the map to see if there was anything kind of obvious that stood out, any bits maybe with sheds, or, you know, it's difficult when you've got a lot of fields that are fenced in. Often that's an indication of a pasture or a pen is a fenced in field, but when you've got a lot of them, I don't think I've missed any, but you can never be 100%, well, I suppose you can be 100% certain. So down here we'll do a left and a right. So again, just a sell point, not a production, but it's the grain mill. On a lot of maps we're used to seeing this style by the river as being a production, but it is just a sell point on here. So we've got a grain mill sell point just here. Coming to the town itself, on the right hand side we've got the vehicle shop and workshop. That is the reset point on the map as well, so if you need to reset anything, it will reset back to there. Just behind, just so as we go past that, we've got the gas station. Now I wrote down gas station, but when I pulled into it, it's not showing on the map as a gas station. When I pull in, it's not coming up with refill, so I'm assuming this one is just, it's for show. It's not, because normally by now, even if you've still got fuel in your tank, it should still say refill, but nothing's coming up. And on the map, if we come back to our map, so we came from there, wound down there to the grain mill, vehicle shop there, just behind we got plot 60, which is a curious one, and there's plot 59 there as well, which I think they're just placeable plots. There's not anything on them. 6,204, do that, and that, and then this one here, 10,000. That one there, 9,000. You watch stuff come up now. No, just plots for putting stuff on. Again, I suppose productions or something like that. You can if you want to. That's entirely up to you. Now, if you look, there's loads of signs. Again, not me. I've literally just come on here to do the map tour. I've only just got here, and there's quite a few areas where there are signs down. I had nothing to do with it. So we've got here, I don't know if I'm going to say this right. Is it EKB? I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe. Sell point, and then just across the way we've got the Fromage de Lune cheese dairy. Now we're used to that being where you bring your milk and it produces cheese, but that is just a sell point. That car was there when I did my prep as well, which is interesting. Not a supermarket, which I assumed would be. Now we're going to go, I'll try and remember the route I took, left. Left and over the bridge. And then to the left we've got the Le Jardin des Fermiers farm shop, just over to our left there. We take this turning. We've got on the corner just there, restaurant sell point. There you go, just there. And then up over the railway track. Now I did the same thing I do whenever there's a map with a train on, especially a train that you can't use or access. I did wait for a while. I didn't see a train come past. Again, I'm not saying there's not one, I just didn't see one. So we come around here, we've got a train station sell point just there, and then we've got selling station 3. I always find that curious. I've said this on map tours before. When you've got all these different sell points, all this stuff that's all labelled and named, and you go around the map and it's, you know, for whatever it might be, and then to just have one that says selling station 3, not a name, you know, train station, I don't know, whatever it might be, but that's what we've got here: train station and selling station 3. Like I say, maybe a train does come, I just haven't seen one. It is a map of curiosities. I'm wondering if some of the required mods that were removed were in some of these locations potentially before. This is one of those bizarre times where normally an update will improve a map and change things and add things in and that kind of thing. It's very unusual to have things removed, and it's one of those ones where I wish I had done the map tour previously to see the comparison between the two. It's quite surprising, really. So supermarket sell point just there, and we turn down here. Again, look, road signs all over the place, not me. Honest. And then we've got the bakery. Again, just a sell point. Up around the back here. Look, they're down everywhere. Someone's been on a rampage. And then round behind the back of here is the pizzeria. Just round there. And that is all the main features of the map. But I'm going to show you one more thing, because again it's on a plot of land you can't buy. So I thought, oh, there you go, wouldn't be a map tour if I hadn't pulled out in front of somebody in traffic. Lovely church to our left. And when we come out here, slow pull away. I don't know if that's like a town. Oh no, hotel. Lovely hotel. We've got all of these plots here, and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool, because you could buy these plots up and then put stuff on them if you wanted to. If I just pull in just here, no doubt the traffic's all going to stop. Turn the lights off, and we look around, and the gate's open as well. Look, there's nothing on them. I was expecting houses or something to be at the back of them. I thought, that's really cool. I like that. But so we came from there, up there, and up to the top to the train station, back down, supermarket, down there past the bakery, pizzeria, and we're now here. And it's on a plot of land you can't buy. So I was like, how weird. That's so strange, isn't it? You can't... Oh, maybe it isn't strange. But normally if you get a plot like that, you can't open the gates or anything. So that made me wonder whether there was something on there previously, before the update maybe. And then from here, again, we've got another little plot you can't buy. There's this lovely little sort of villa type home just there, and that is the map, the Abandoned Marshes by G80. Now apologies if I did miss it the first time. That's kind of the point of these Maps I Missed series, or the Maps I Missed series. I honestly, I don't know about this one, whether I did miss it or it is new to console. Can't say. I'm sure people put in the comments if you already played on it or whatever, but and out we head. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.